Peace, Level Up family. It's Just King here. Hope everybody's having a good evening, or morning, or afternoon, wherever you're at. Right now, I'm on East Coast time, so it's about 10 o'clock over here. So evening time for me, obviously. But anyway, I just wanted to come to y'all and make a quick video um, on a subject that somebody had brought to my attention. Um, and I think it's very important to talk about. So important, in fact, that me and one of my buddies were going to be doing a video tomorrow about this same subject. So stay tuned. I'll be posting another video on the same subject with one of my brothers. Um, but the subject that I want to talk about is, what does it mean to be conscious? Okay. What does it mean to be conscious? And I specifically want to put that out there for the conscious community, just because it's a large community, and there's so many of us from so many different backgrounds, and we all have different experiences from those backgrounds. So when you ask the question, what does it mean to be conscious? If you were to ask 100 people, you might get 100 different answers, literally. Okay. So, and me even giving my perspective on it, let's just make it understood that it's just my perspective. You don't have to take it as your own. If anything, I just encourage you to be open minded and use it as a way to navigate your own experience and you finding out what consciousness is for you. Okay. So, what does it mean to be conscious? Um, if I can explain it to you, I would explain it based off of an experience that I had. Okay, so it was one day where I was leaving work, I was leaving the office, right, and I would take the metro back and forth to work, and you get caught up in the daily grind. Um, you know, just going to work, doing your job, leaving the office, going home, same thing back and forth every day. So this particular day, as I was leaving the office and I'm on the metro on the way home, I was just in my mind mentally going through my day and what I accomplished and things I didn't get done and what I'm gonna have to do tomorrow and things of that nature, right? So just the regular mental activity that goes along with the daily grind. So as I'm going through those thoughts, all of a sudden my mind just stops and I have this what seems like an epiphany where I notice that my mind either thinks about the future or thinks about the past, right? But it's never quite present in the now, if that makes sense. So that really hit me like a ton of bricks because for the first time, I felt that I was becoming aware of being aware, if I can say it that way. I was becoming aware of being aware. Um, by that meaning, I was aware of the thoughts that I was thinking, right? And, that was very much mind boggling for me because up until that point, I had never taken the time or even knew to be aware of my own thoughts. You just become so identified with your own thoughts, right? So, excuse me. So that for me was like the first glimpse into what is consciousness and what consciousness means to me, right? Um, that was the start of it right there, where you start to really take a look at your thoughts, and then once you start to see, whoa, something isn't right, you start to go deeper down that rabbit hole, and for me that was the start of a long journey down that rabbit hole, which obviously expanded on what consciousness is to me. So if I can answer the question, I would say consciousness is, or I'm sorry, let me rephrase the question. What does it mean to be conscious, right? What it means to be conscious is to be aware of your awareness. Okay. It means to be aware that you are aware of yourself. Okay. It means to actually shift yourself to a place where you can see your thoughts. Now, I want you to follow what I'm saying. Like some of y'all might get it, but some people it might be like, all right, you kind of lost me for a minute. Just follow what I'm saying. For a lot of people, you might use certain tools to, keep you spiritually balanced and things like that, right? Uh, one of the most one of the most common tools that I see used is meditation, right? And I personally meditate. Yeah, I'm a meditator. So one thing that meditation taught me is that there's a state of being that you can bring yourself to where you silence all of your thoughts and you literally become the witness of your thoughts, as if your thoughts are almost like a movie and you're watching them like on a screen, right? But eventually, what happens is as you get used to disconnecting from your thoughts and being the so called observer of your thoughts, um, then you're on a higher plane of awareness, right? And soon those thoughts begin to silence down, where you might experience certain gaps and so forth, where there's a thought, here's a thought, there's a gap, it's just nothingness, then here's another thought, and so forth, right? But obviously, the more that you go into meditation, you're going to have longer voids in between those thoughts. And then, the deeper you go into different, states of being and things of that nature, which I obviously won't go that deep into. But going back to being conscious or what it means to be conscious, that's very important because once you start to once you start to tap into those different states of being, um, it becomes easier to tap into it. And not only that, once you find out that you are I'm sorry, not unaware. Once you find out that you are aware of being aware, it makes you wonder what else you're unaware about. Right? Because one of the biggest problems that we have now is that a lot of people are unaware that they are unaware, right? It's not just a matter of being unaware, you're unaware that you are unaware. You just go along with somebody else's story, um, or somebody else's truth, so to speak, as your own, which is something that we all did at some point because that's, you know, the world we live in. You grow up in a family, you were given a name. In most cases, you may have been given a religion. You were given a set of beliefs. You were given a way of thinking, a way of perceiving reality. As you grew up and you went through certain experiences, you were reinforced by your parents or whoever your parental guide was. You were reinforced or guided or disciplined or whatever it was with certain thoughts and belief structures which you accepted as your own, right? But the thing about it is that as kids, we naturally accept it because we don't know that we, have a choice. Well, in most cases, we don't have a choice. If you, depending on who your parents are, some of us, we learn the hard way through ass whoopings. So, obviously, everybody don't have the same choices. But my point is this: um, we're reinforced with the way of believing, okay, and with those things. And when you understand that you received your entire way of thinking and your entire way of seeing reality, and your entire paradigm, you receive that from somebody else who then received that from somebody else who then received that from somebody else. You see what I mean? So, yeah, when you're conscious, or what it means to be conscious, you start to really wake up behind the character, behind the character of who we were told that we are, right? Um, so yeah, to me, that's what it means to be conscious. It means to become aware of your awareness, to become aware of your higher self, to no longer look at God as being external to you or above you, but looking at God for who God truly is, which is in you and as you. So yeah, that's my take on what it means to be conscious. So yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more content like what we're talking about right now. And obviously we'll get into other subjects, but you get the gist of the direction that we're going. And tune in tomorrow. I'll also have another video posted with my good brother Adrian, and we're going to be talking about the exact same thing. What does it mean to be conscious? So tune in for that. Okay. Y'all have a good night. God bless. See y'all soon. Peace.